Hello and welcome to What the Headcrab, episode 19. Action-packed show today. Sorry about the longer delay than normal, but I've been busy. So what have we got? Well, we got plenty of work-in-progress screenshots from plenty of different people. We got two possible demos, one from Modificated and perhaps more importantly, because I'm a Half-Life 1 fan, from Arrangement. We've got some videos, including some remixes. We've got plenty of news about what's been happening on RunThinkShootLive, and Frag is out of hospital. So that's it. So let's get started. Okay, so here we go. What's been happening? Well, Base Defense, they now have a new sorry, they have an ancient axe, and that looks pretty cool. Kind of like that. I like the videos. What they do with the videos is they really set up the videos really well. So fantastic work with that, guys. Really think you do a great job explaining what you've got. So that kind of looks fun. What if there's like a secondary action going on there? So there we go. That's the new melee weapon. So well done to Base Defense. Next up is Rainfall. Now Rainfall have got a new image, and what we'll do is we'll switch over here. Let's have a look at this. Here it is. Now, it's got a bit of a modificated glow going on there, and new viewers will know that I'm constantly complaining about Modificated being too bright, but more about them in a minute, or a bit later anyway. So obviously we got the radioactive gunk, and we've got the glow, but yeah, looking good, so keep up the good work on that. There we go, so that's Rainfall. Next is Modificated. Alright, they've got a possible demo coming, so they're talking about doing that. So if you're interested in that, just keep following and you know, keep talking to them, because we all want to hear about that. Let's have a look at their images. So we're just going to open up the Modificated images, and of course when it comes to Modificated you need glasses, because okay, actually in this case they're not too bad. They've certainly toned down what we've got going on. We've still got quite a lot of, you know, vibrant colours going on. So here we go. I'm going to go through quite quickly. If you're really interested, you obviously got to visit the ModDB page and check things out. Corridors going on here. Okay, suddenly we got some bright lights. Oh my god, I'm so glad I've got my glasses on. This is Pinkville or Purpleyville or whatever. So they love the colour here. Okay, curved walls they've got going on there, and more curved walls, and view from inside the lab. Actually, that one's got the most normal lighting I've ever seen from them. So there we go, plenty of action, and yeah, and that's it. Alright, off with the glasses. Wow, everything looks... What? It actually looks really different. Alright, so I'm sorry to tease you guys. Alright, here we go. Now, yeah, so check out that. They've also got some videos as well. I'm not going to play the videos, and people keep asking me, why don't you play the videos within the videos? But it just seems silly to do that. Go and visit ModDB yourself. I'm not trying to take traffic away from them, just trying to encourage you to go there and check out everything. So that was Modificated. Next up is Black Mesa Opposing Force. Now, just slightly off topic, Frag, one of the designers, he's been in hospital, and he's out of hospital, so he's good. So the community has been sort of, you know, messaging me saying, you know, we want to make sure that, you know, you talk about that. So that's good. Now we've got some images, and the strange thing is that Mr. Natural Gamer, he really hates me. He deleted my video last week because he didn't really understand what was going on, and he doesn't reply to my message. Anyway, if it's him who's uploading the images, he seems to be uploading small versions, and I'll tell you why I think that. If we go to here, we've got this image, which is directly from Go Home and Die, I believe. And then we've got some other... This one's definitely from Go Home and Die, his page. Now, look at the quality there. That's an interesting thing. And just, you know, interesting to look at the difference in... this is the original, of course, and then this is what they're doing. So that's kind of cool. Okay, we're going to come back to that in a moment. All right, so this is from the BM Opposing Force page. And as you can see, it's a big image, but it's not very high quality. And that's the one that's on the... on the ModDB page, which is crazy. So, you know... really got to do that. All right, so That's the original I'm talking about. Boom, that's the one that they got on their ModDB page. So at the moment, if you want to see the high quality images, you've got to go to the designers directly. Now, this is from Frag. He's been working on this for a while. This is a fantastic screenshot. Really loving this, but that's the old version because this is the new version, and that is freaking awesome. Definitely loving that. I think maybe it's a bit bright with the red, but still pretty cool. So there we go. All right, what's next? Next up is Freedom for Gamers. They've got their Week 120 newsletter. Now, next week's poll question is about some of the things they've been doing. So it's worth reading the newsletter. What they're telling you is that they've got a lot of the files on GitHub, or GitHub, I don't really know how you pronounce that. In English, the word GIT would be Git, which is kind of like an insult. But I think it's pronounced GitHub here. And I think that's a very clever thing to do, because if something happens, then, you know, other people can access the work. And I can't say too much, but I have a mod that if something happens to the author, I'm allowed to release it. If I haven't heard from them in 6 months, I'm allowed to release it. And I think that's a very clever thing as well to do. So there's that. And then there's also these poll questions here, you know, the kind of different kind of health you want, you know, regenerative, restorative or preventative. So, you know, that's kind of cool. And interesting that immediate death, I'm not really sure I understand from that. But anyway, so, and progress reports and all of those kind of things. So check out that site. In addition, above the Catacombs, which is made by Freedom for Gamers, they've got 2 new pieces of music, The Impossible and Suffocating. I'm not going to play them because, you know, listening in a video is just not, you know, a sensible idea. So check those out. I listened to both most of the way through. It's pretty cool, so well done for that. All right, Dead Shift. Now, Dead Shift has been doing some work, and they've got a video. And there's also an image which I'm not sure if we've had. We sort of talked about it. We've got this, and there we go. We've got that sort of that image. We've seen this image before, but it's now like a proper image on ModDB. So there's that, and they're just talking about some stuff. So check that out. That's good. Next up is White Light, the Unit 731 complex. Now, I'm about to award a new accolade. This is possibly the worst screenshot I have ever seen, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. So let's check this out. Here we go. This is the worst screenshot I have ever seen. Yes, really. It's like that's the sewer, but really, why would you release that? Don't release stuff like that, guys. Release other stuff. Okay, very bland, very plain, but obviously it's still work in progress. But and I obviously must have taken the wrong image there instead of the full screen one, so for that I apologise. Okay, so worst screenshot ever. There we go. Next one is Half-Payne. Now, Half-Payne have got a bunch of things. They've got a new video talking about the end of screen, and they've got, crikey, what have they got? They've got new files. I'm going to jump to the files here. So what you've got is you can download new versions, and look at the difference between that. There we go. You've got the 29th of July and then the 1st of August. So they're working hard on those kind of things. So check out their page if you're interested in in what they've been doing, plus a whole sort of list. Look at the list of things that they've been doing. So working really hard. Well done to them. Modificated. Okay, that's it. Are we back? We've actually done everything. Yeah, well, that's it. We've finished all of the mods. Well, that was pretty quick. I thought there was a huge selection. Anyway, well done to everybody who's been working hard. If I'm not following your mod and you're working on a single player mod, contact me. I mean, I don't always see everything. I don't have enough time as I'd like. So if you're doing work, contact me. And if you want some exclusive images shown on the show, contact me again and send them. So that's it. Okay, so I was wrong actually. It wasn't over. Modificated was sort of open on 2 tabs, and I thought we'd already got there. So Shaft, there's no actual updates, but what's been happening is that Shaft is going to be ported over to Steam. So that's news. I got that from the RunThinkShootLive Discord server, so they were telling me about that. And also there's going to be new, hopefully there was going to be an update regarding the new HUD, the heads-up display, but that hasn't happened at the time of writing. Now, in addition, Arrangement, SysOps has been talking about, this is the sort of the secondary mod demo, talking about releasing a single mission or map So he's getting a lot of response from that. I mean, a lot of people are following this. I mean, when you see some of the screenshots, they don't look like Gold Source. They look like Source. He's done some amazing work. So really, you need to check on that and tell him, yes, please, yes, please. We want to play a mod, a demo. So that's arrangement. And this is definitely the end of the mods. This week I've split the miscellaneous section into two. I've split it into Reddit and YouTube. Might not be that way every week. So let's start. There's a new radio show. Here we go. This is the Reddit post. It's called City 17 Radio, and you can take a listen if you want to. And it's kind of like a comedy series and everything. And I think that these kind of things are cool. Definitely you should check that out. It reminds me of something I did about 6 years ago now called the City 17 Times, which is kind of supposed to be like a newspaper where I wrote funny articles and pretended that City 17 was a real city, a bit like the radio show, but just in a newspaper article. So if you're interested in those, there's the link for that. Next up is only 43.4% of Freeman's got the crowbar in Half-Life 2, and this gentleman here is trying to raise it. Now, that's a shocking statistic for me. So that means that only 43% of people who played the game got as far as talking to Barney and playing the crowbar. I mean, that's an incredible figure. How is that even possible that somebody would buy the game but not get that far? Somebody needs to explain that to me. So I really don't understand that. I think that's a really interesting statistic. So somebody explain that to me. Have you ever played a game and then sort of got that only like 10 minutes in but never came back to it? Actually, now I think of it, maybe I have. Who knows? Next one, this person here is part of the 1%. He's completed all of the achievements. Ooh, I'm so happy for you. Are you part of the 1%? Tell me in the comments. I'm not. I don't think that I've got 33. I don't know, to be honest. And actually, I don't really care. But that's another subject. Next one is video. So we're on to the video section. This is Half-Life Lore, the Combine Overworld. Now, looks like he's about to sing. And we're just gonna... We've got some live action here. And I'm gonna sort of jump. I found this a little bit boring, to be honest. But once he sort of gets going...
The Citadel to
starts talking about the Combine Overworld. I don't agree with everything. It's talk about the face masks because they can't breathe the Earth's atmosphere or something. Not really sure I agree with that one. So check it out. It's only 5 minutes long, so it's well worth a view, and then decide whether you agree with it or not. Next one is a remix, and I'm slowly getting into remixes. I think we all agree that the music from Half-Life is fantastic, whichever the games you pick, and some of those remixes are pretty cool. So I kind of want to make a collection of remixes. I might try and do that, and with people's permission, maybe release it as like just a file with all of the MP3s on. That would be super cool. Maybe somebody's already done that. If they have, please tell me about it. I really want to know. And yeah, I think that's all of it from the miscellaneous section. It's been a busy time on RunThinkShootLive in the last 10 days, and let's just talk about all of those. So starting here, I'm going on holiday. Now, I mean, you're thinking, why are you telling me you're going on holiday? I'm telling you because when I leave next week, there won't be any updates, and I don't want sort of people to say, oh my god, what's happening? So I normally post something about that and just say, look, I'm on holiday. I'm the only one who runs the site, and there'll be no YouTube videos, maybe, but probably not. So there really won't be much happening, if anything. But you can still, you know, post reviews and all of those things. In addition to my going on holiday, I'm thinking about having a London meetup. So if you live in or near central London, I've got the dates. Maybe we can have a RunThinkShootLive afternoon where a few people get together and have coffee and just talk about gaming. So if that's of interest to you, check the post out. Next up is poll question 356. If everything you read about Half-Life 3 was really bad, would you still play it? Basically, there's spoilers in here about some TV shows, so maybe you don't want to learn about that. But basically, imagine everybody said it was terrible. Would you still play it? I mean, I think we all would, but, you know, maybe we should listen to people and see what they say. Who knows? Necrophobia prequel. So Ethazor has released this. Most people like it. It's not the scariest map you'll play, but it's a map and it's fun, so I think you should check that out. Next up is the August General Chat. As you should know, unless you're very, very new, every month I make a post for people to chat. There is no forum on the site, but I want people to be able to chat about things. But it does not take away... it's not going to be replaced by the Discord server. Now, this is what happens when you click on the link, and I'm going to make a very short video soon about the Discord server. The Discord server is basically just a chit-chat and, you know, talk about things, you know, oh, I saw a cat in the street today or something, I don't know. Nothing sort of more serious or concentrated. So both of those things will continue to be posted. Next is 5 Concrete Wonders, Real Themes. Now, again, unless you're new, you'll know that every now and again I post something that is inspiration for mappers and things, and I call it Real Theme. Unfortunately, through a server change, I lost a lot of the images for that, but the information is still there. But anyway, this one was about concrete, and there's a couple of different sections. One, you know, we've got this tower which is in Finland. There's this art centre in Rio de Janeiro, and there's a rest stop in Georgia, a science museum in Japan, and then there's this church in Iceland. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this. And they're all made out of concrete, and I think that concrete is a fantastic material, and I love huge structures. Anyway, so I thought that this might be of interest if you're a mapper, and there'll be a part 2 later in the year. Alright, Anyvilleville has been released. Now, Anyvilleville is the 5th in a series of 5 mapping challenges from something called the Hammer Cup 2016. This one, mappers were allowed to use any of the previous Ville themes except the 4 from the previous Hammer Cup 16. So we've got a wide variety of entries, 10 entries. I think you'll enjoy some of them, love some of them, maybe hate some of them as well, but it's an interesting collection. You definitely should play that. Black Mesa Quarantine. Okay, so here's a single player map. We haven't had one of those for Black Mesa in a long time. It's fun. I enjoyed it. A little repetitive in some areas, but I still think that you're going to have a lot of fun with it. So if you've got the Black Mesa retail, it will definitely work. If you've got the mod version, it might work. It seems that some people have had success with that, some people haven't. So full instructions here, plus my playthrough, a few screenshots, as always. Then you can jump to a review. If you're curious about what QuarterLive said, for example, you'll just immediately jump to his review. So that's worth checking out. Next is poll question 355. That's because I kind of missed like a few days of the show. So what is the worst thing that could happen in Half-Life 3? So I made up these sort of choices. It was open world gameplay, no new vehicles, no new enemies, no new weapons, Gordon or Alex or Barney dies, Gordon speaks. So Gordon speaks came second, as you can see. But a couple of people wanted the open world roleplay. I mean, oh my God, that would be the worst thing for me. That's just terrible. And with all of the poll questions, the voting is open for 2 months. So even if you're not like on the day, you've still got a chance to check it out. And I think that could be, no, there's one more, which is the Level Design Academy tutorial session. We've got another one here. We've got functional architecture, clip brushes and brush entities. This is now on YouTube. So if you missed the stream, it's now here. And this is where Don teaches me about clip brushes, basically invisible walls, and brush entities, things that move, not exactly, but more or less. And that's it. Now, if you're completely new to the Level Design Academy, it's me, a complete beginner, 50-year-old learning to map, being taught by Don. I've got no idea how old he is, but he's got 17 years experience in Gold Source, and it's an interesting process. So if that's sort of the thing that interests you, I definitely would recommend checking that out, and I'm pretty sure that that's it this time. Yep, we're back to the beginning. Who wants to win a game? Well, you do. Well, you should do. Anyway, so here's how it works. What happens is I pick a random commenter from last week's What the Headcrab video, and that commenter wins a game. Now, the game this week is Bad Rats, The Rat's Revenge, and you can see what the game is here, and that is courtesy of SteamContest.com, and that is Aaron, or as he likes to be known, Aaron the Baron. He's a great guy. He gives away loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of games. So here we go. I load the comments. Boom. And then we pick a random winner. Now, if that random winner is me, we'll just pick again. Here we go. And Crowbar, he definitely won last time. Well, maybe not last time, but definitely he's won in the past. Anyway, it's a random thing, so good luck to him. He doesn't like the background music, so I'm going to turn it up really loud in this video. So that's it. He won. Well done. Thanks, Aaron. Well, there you go. Episode 19 out of the way. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the whole series. If you are enjoying it, please consider supporting me on Patreon. And if you don't want to make a regular pledge, you can also do that directly via PayPal. Also, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I know you hear that from everybody in every video, but it really does help. And just as importantly, share the video. Embed it where you're allowed to embed it and talk about it. So that's it for this week. There'll be one more next week before I go away on holiday, and then there'll be a couple of weeks without it. Hope you can survive. So remember, finishing Half-Life is just the beginning. See ya!